We talking rom-com, we talking action, we talking drama and movie classics. Whatever you want, yo, we have it. Cause we talking movies on the podcast. So I married a film critic. So I married a film critic. So I married a film critic. Hey honey, I just want to talk about the movie like casually. You don't have to bring up the cinematography. Honestly, let's just talk about like how the characters were fun. Married a film critic. So I married a film critic.
Welcome to So I Married a Film Critic, a discussion between a professional film critic and lecturer and me, his wife of over 20 years, who just likes to watch movies for fun. I'm your co-host, Julia.
Hey everyone, this is Bear the Film Critic. Hello.
And tonight we decided to do another listener request. Robin, this is for you. We are talking about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Eternal Sunshine on the Spotless Mind. You said of.
It's on?
Eternal Sunshine on the Spotless Mind.
No.
Eternal Sunshine on the Spotless Mind.
Mine says of on here.
Oh, it is of the Spotless Mind. Well, we're starting off great today.
Do you want me to start over?
No. This is gold. Keep this.
I was like, have I been saying it wrong?
We'll get that Golden Mike Award in no time with banter like this.
For 20 years?
Sorry. I don't care. I've been calling it Eternal Sunshine forever. Yeah, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's be real. Everyone just calls it Eternal Sunshine,
Yeah.
and we all know what we're talking about. Okay. So I was actually not excited to do this.
Why?
Because
You mean the show in general or this movie? What do you say?
No, watching this movie because I saw it when it came out in 2004.
Yeah.
And I really didn't like it back then.
Oh, wow. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, I was underwhelmed. And so when I told you it was a listener request, you were really excited. And I was like, all right, we can do it. That's fine. And I'm really glad we did because I loved it.
This is interesting because there are films I took you to, and it's not that you were stark raving mad in love with them, but you just didn't say much about them. And I realize now you didn't like those movies. This was one, Punch Drunk Love.
Yes.
You didn't like Solaris, did you? With George Clooney?
No.
You might love that now.
Yeah, I feel like all these early aught movies.
All of them?
No, a lot of these early.
Garfield?
Especially Garfield. I was just too young to really appreciate, I think.
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, you and I, it wasn't even a year that we were married that we saw this.
Yeah.
And boy, watching this film, it's like, oh my God, they also look so young.
Yes.
It's so like, oh my, Mark Ruffalo, like, did he just get out of high school when he made this?
I know.
And Kirsten Dunst, I mean, she's always been great.
Did we look that young? Is that?
Oh, God. Yeah, everybody's like a child in this.
Yeah, I know. Kate Winslet, I mean, everybody looks...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dang young.
Which is why I think another reason it kind of made it fun to see Jim Carrey just like in a dramatic role.
Yeah.
Looking like he's 25. Yeah.
A very moody, pensive 25, yes.
Yeah. So, okay, so you always loved this movie.
Yes, although I come with caveats now, and I'll talk about that later on. But yeah, I don't love it as much as I used to for a number of reasons.
Oh, okay.
I think it's great. I do. But I mean, this was my favorite film in 2004. I no longer feel that way.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, so maybe we have switched. You know what I mean? Because I didn't like it back then, but now I like it.
All right.
And you still like it, you just don't love it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's get into it because this plot is kind of crazy.
It was written by Charlie Kaufman. This is the author of Being John Malkovich. And he directed a film that I took you to see at the Mayan. Another one that you probably hated at the time. Didn't quite tell me, but may like more now. A movie called Synecdoche, New York. Remember that?
Yes.
Philip Seymour Hoffman is the playwright. He creates a whole world. It's like rehearsing a play, but it becomes a universe that he creates.
Movies that have a dream...
You did not like that movie.
No. Movies that have dream logic really frustrated me back then.
Another one. I took you to see The Master, the one about Scientology. The one with Philip
Yeah,
Seymour
yeah.
Hoffman and Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah,
You might like that one more now.
maybe.
I'm making a list in my head of all the films you're probably going to enjoy now, but didn't like then.
Yes, probably. Well, I mean, come on. Don't you think
I think
you
your favorite
grow and
movie-
change?
Yeah, I think your favorite movie the year this came out was probably the sequel to Bridget Jones's Diary.
Probably.
I think that probably would have been like, favorite film 2004, Bridget Jones 2.
Okay. All right, let's get into this weird plot.
Sure.
Because it kind of jumps all over the place.
Yeah.
And we're not going to probably hit every scene. It's impossible.
Oh, no.
But
No need for that.
yeah, no. Okay, but it starts off with our main character, played by Jim Carrey, Joel Barish. He awakens on Valentine's Day and impulsively decides to skip work, traveling instead to Montauk. So, you know, he wakes up, he sees that his car has like a weird dent in it, and
Yep.
he goes to the train, and then he's like, you can see the look on his face, and he just like runs to a different train and gets on it and heads to Montauk. And there he meets Clementine Krushinsky, and they just kind of like have this weird, I wouldn't even call it a meet cute. They just kind of
They're
are,
clicking. They're talking.
They're drawn to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's got blue hair, and they start talking on the train. And then she drives home with him, and he's like, "You want to come over?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'll come over." And then that kind of is the start of their relationship, or so we think.
Have you ever met someone like this on a trip?
No. You're the one who always meets
Yeah, I met a
interesting
girl like this
people.
on a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't love at first sight. Well, not for her. I know. So sad.
So sad.
Oh, anyway.
Okay.
Don't have to say anything else about that,
That's
do I?
it. No,
Okay,
no.
good.
I'm not the type of person that just like I'll talk to people out in public that I don't know, but I don't like, it's probably just different for women. Like, I'm not just like, "Hey, you seem cool. Let's just like go hang out together now." You know? I think I've had one meaningful conversation on a plane. And after a while, I feel like I just kind of like lose steam, and I don't want to talk anymore. Because I'm like, I don't even know this person. Like, is this person into this? Like,
I think this is a young person's thing because, not that I really want to get into that, but I mean, something like this happened to me on a plane, and we ended up getting on another plane together. And we actually swapped seats with people so that we could sit with each other. So it was this long flight, and by the time we ended, it was the 90s, so there's no phone. So we actually became pen pals and exchanged information. That went on for a while. And then years later, when I was in college, gave her a call, told me she was about to go out with her boyfriend, but thanks for the call. But all to say, it's okay. I'm not devastated or anything. But the point being is that I feel like it's a young person thing. There's something impulsive about it, and when you have the freedom to do something like this, it is this thing of like, yeah, man, let's go to Red Rocks, yeah, let's go to Woodstock, yeah, let's go to Graceland. It's one of those things.
yeah,
Of, let's just,
yeah.
okay, cool. We're vibing. It's like before sunrise. You know,
Yes,
it's that
yes,
kind of thing.
yes.
Okay, let's get off the train together.
Yeah.
It's a young person thing.
I feel like if I had ever wanted to do that, it would have ended up like the movie Red Eye, and
Dear Lord, I went to Red Eye. Wow.
he ends up being a psychopath.
All the Rachel McAdams movies, and you picked that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I mean, I'd be like, oh no, maybe he's actually a serial killer, you know? And I would,
He is.
yeah, and then he is. Yeah. Okay. So these two, Joel and Clementine, you know, after spending the day together, they both return to New York, having drinks at Clementine's apartment before Joel returns home and calls Clementine to say goodnight. So, you know, we're thinking like, oh, this is so great. This is how they meet. But it's revealed that prior to their meeting in Montauk, Joel and Clementine had already been in a turbulent relationship characterized by the fact that they are such different people. She's, I don't know, how would you describe her?
Impulsive. Yeah, just impulsive. And when we meet her, her hair is a certain color, and that's the key. The hair is the key to the whole thing. The chronology.
Yeah.
Her temperament. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how would you describe Joel?
He's sweet, and because he's sweet, he doesn't always say what he wants, and because of that, he sometimes gets dragged along, and sometimes it's just one of these things where Clementine is sometimes, I mean,
Too much for him.
She's a very strong personality, and it's fun to get pulled into that wave, but it's also this thing of like his agency, like, you know, how much he's able to speak for himself. Not so much because he's an introvert, and she's quite the extrovert.
Yeah.
And there's something exciting about being someone who's that free, whereas he seems very clammed up.
Is it free? Because at times I'm like, this chick is unstable.
I don't know. I'm more sympathetic for her than him, because when he makes that male mistake, and I made that mistake too, where you know the worst thing you could possibly say, and like a moron, you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's always looking for some kind of dopamine hit in life.
Yeah.
And he's new. He's, shiny, different, whatever. And after a while, she just gets bored. It's like the stability of a relationship is like boring, But
what's interesting too is, to jump to it, because whatever, spoilers, if you've never seen this film, see it and then listen to this, please. But as you all know, the beginning is the middle, is the end, is the beginning, is the middle, is the end. Mm-hmm. We're watching the ending first. Yes. Eventually, we see how they actually met,
yes,
which is far less romantic, far less dreamy. It couldn't be a more mundane thing. But that also speaks to just, there's a close reality to it. Whereas this is more, of course it's going to happen, because this movie's talking about this inescapable force that love is. I mean, the movie is very romantic about this idea that you can have your memory erased, but even so, you can meet someone, and whether it's a sense of deja vu or just this natural electricity, you're still going to go for the person.
Yeah.
Which is a very romantic idea.
Yeah. So we find out that after they broke up for the first time, Clementine visited this company called Lacuna, and they specialize in removing specific memories, and she elected to have all memories of Joel erased. So when Joel discovers this, he realizes that she no longer recognizes him, and he kind of figures this out because friends of his had a card from Lacuna, right? And they were like, we're not supposed to show you this, but here you go. This is what happened. And he does. He goes to the bookstore, and she doesn't know who he is at all. Yeah. And she's dating somebody else. And so he goes to Lacuna, and we should talk about this crazy office building.
Well, I love when he walks in and they're printing up the Lacuna messages, and it's clearly like, I mean, it's like a publisher's clearinghouse sweepstakes thing. Boy, I date myself. Do people even know what that is anymore? It's, it's just like, it's
ChatGPT.
It's like junk mail.
Yes.
It's like everybody gets these things in the mail, like, hey, you remember, someone has had their memory erased from you, so please leave that person alone. Like, wow, how devastating that is.
Yeah, yeah. And there's all these people in the waiting room, and I'm like, how popular is this procedure? And they're like, ugh, it's Valentine's Day. We're so busy. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh.
But it's still a rinky-dink operation, though, which is funny, because like there's only like 3 or 4 people at a time in the waiting room, but you get the sense like, okay, that's a lot for this weird cult-like group.
Yeah, and the lady in there who has all the memories of her dog.
That's sweet. Yeah, and she keeps coming back because clearly she probably has like a bone or a picture that's like hidden around her apartment that reminds her of Scruffers. So.
I was like, that's so sad.
That's so sweet.
I know. So Joel goes and he's like, well, if she's erased me, I'm going to erase her. Because he can't handle knowing that she doesn't remember him at all.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, isn't that kind of true? Like, don't you kind of feel like in the back of your mind, it's maybe nice to know that like your ex is like, oh man, the one that got away?
No.
No? Or that they like regret something they did to you. Like you don't want them to just forget everything. Like people need to learn from their mistakes.
Sure. But it's also a factor of how long someone's life is. When you're in your 20s and 30s, the ex is a huge chapter. When you get older, they're little cliff notes.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the thing that always comes to mind too. Like, you know, even like when people talk about their exes, it's like, is this like somebody you went out with 2 times?
Yeah.
Or is this someone who you were going to marry? Like what are we talking
Right.
about?
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
huge difference.
Of course. I agree with you.
But I feel like this organization is made for people who, like, we were boyfriend and girlfriend for 3 weeks. It was a disaster. Something awful and embarrassing and unspeakable happened. I want to get that person erased from my memory. Yeah, it's like, it's for these kind of impulsive,
Stupid decisions.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't think the lady... Well, I guess that would be crazy.
You're talking about the lady with the dog?
No, I'm talking about like someone who like got divorced after like 40 years. How would you erase all those memories? She wouldn't remember any of her life.
You would, I mean, well, the movie demonstrates this. Like, the reason why it wouldn't work is if you're still living in the same place. You'd have to go to a different town. You'd have to really start over.
Yeah, so you're right. This probably is just for like those little blippy things.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse about the movie.
Well, we'll
because-
talk about the morality of it, because I mean,
Yeah.
it is this, because that's the whole point of the film, is that as it's established that the erasure process is like a Band-Aid. It may be permanent. It may be even a permanent form of brain damage, but the heart wants what it wants.
I know. So as part of the procedure, Joel records a cassette recounting his memories of their relationship, describing the good and the bad.
And the office is run by Tom Wilkinson, the wonderful, wonderful actor from In the Bedroom, terrific actor, never given a bad performance, doesn't know how to give one. His front secretary is Kirsten Dunst, and then within the lab you've got Mark Ruffalo, who does the erasure process, and his bonehead assistant Patrick is played by Elijah Wood, who becomes a very important character.
Yeah, yeah. So these 4 people basically are in charge
It's
of...
basically them.
I know. It's so crazy because here we have like, I was thinking about the Mark Ruffalo character and Patrick. They work in the office during the day, and then at night they have to go to people's houses. And when do they have time off?
Because like Total Recall, which I do love that movie. It does look like the Recall, that you go there and they have memories put in there. That's
Right.
the idea. You get you have a boring life, so you can fantasies that you're living on Mars or whatever. And it looks like there's only about 4 or 5 people running this very glossy, beautiful, very expensive looking office. So it's a similar thing. It's like there's not a lot of people running this, but then again, they probably can't afford a huge staff, especially for something this specific, where there's a lot of confidentiality stuff you got to sign ahead of time.
But they can't do that at Lacuna because you can't wake up in a doctor's office and then be like, hey, what was I doing here?
But that's another thing that the film addresses. What happens when the staff of Lacuna falls in love with each other and they start to use this technology on each other?
Yeah, yeah. Totally.
And I think that's honestly, not to jump over you, but like, I feel like that part of the movie is stronger than our central relationship.
Yeah. I think it's more disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we discover that the procedure is carried out, for Joel in his apartment. And so they come over to his place and they like hook him up to all these electrodes. So he's like on his bed, which is like a pull-out couch in his living room.
He's completely asleep. And to see the way these quote-unquote doctors are working around him, it's like that party where that guy is passed out drunk on the couch, but people are like having dinner around him. They're like holding their plates over him, the plastic plates, and like pieces of ketchup and French fries are falling on him. It looks like that. It's like that kind of thing where it's like it's so embarrassing and so invasive.
And so while he's unconscious, we start to see what we think are scenes from his life, but it's actually him reliving memories.
Yeah.
And he's like watching himself sometimes.
Yes, sometimes he steps out of the memory and he's looking at himself, watching himself.
Yeah.
We see scenes repeated from different perspectives, or we see it where details are literally vanishing.
Yeah.
Some really great like practical effects. Some really great like in-camera effects where you just have actors doubling each other, and it looks like there's multiple Jim Carreys. There's only one, but you see it from the back, so you get away with that. Some really, really cool, fun stuff that the director. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like a lucid dream he's having, because at one point he goes, hey, I think I'm dreaming right now. And he kind of realizes, oh, they're erasing my memories right now. but he can't wake himself up.
Yeah.
But okay, so we have Mark Ruffalo and Elijah Wood hanging out in his apartment, and Elijah Wood starts to tell him that he's now dating Clementine.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh my gosh, he fell in love with her when he went to her apartment to erase her memory, and then like went and hit on her at the bookstore or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just also feels ethically wrong to know all this stuff about people that they don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's very invasive, and I think it speaks to where we eventually go with the internet, where there's just too much information about each other floating out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's very easy to get a sense of someone. And the movie shows that, how you can weaponize your relationship with someone by just having just a little bit of information that you could use to your benefit.
Well, you know what is kind of scary about that is now people have those can get those meta glasses, and all they have to do is put them on, look at somebody, the glasses can pull up, let's say that person has a Facebook profile, and it says people put where they work or where they live or whatever, and you can be like, oh, Susan from the Y.
Didn't I see you at that disco concert
Yeah,
last week? You were there with Caroline.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, yeah, oh, and so it's like you pretend like you know them. There's a familiarity there, and get people to trust you. It's like totally makes me want to delete everything out there. Like people are walking around with these glasses on, like in real life stalking.
It's just so lazy. Have a conversation. Stalk someone the old way. Just get to know them. Ask some questions.
Stalk somebody the old-fashioned way if you're gonna do
come
it.
on, that is just that kind of slothfulness just disappoints me.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have Kirsten Dunst, who ends up coming over to the apartment, and I think Elijah Wood leaves after a while.
Yeah, this is Patrick.
Patrick, he leaves to go, I don't know, Clementine needs him or something. And so now we have Kirsten Dunst and
Mark Ruffalo.
And they are just having a party.
Well, they're stoned off their arse, and they're dancing in their underwear on the bed while Jim Carrey is passed out, which is pretty wonderful.
Yeah, in their underwear.
Crazy thing to act out. Carrey just has to lay there like he's asleep, and you get these two wonderful actors dancing in their underwear around him. It's nuts.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, if I had opted for this procedure, what if you woke up and saw that? You would be like, I want a refund right now.
Well, it does speak to a fear I suspect a lot of people have, and I know I've had those dreams where I'm really tired and I'm like, man, I can't wake up. I know I'm dreaming. This is stupid. I'm flying. I'm talking to skeletons, but I can't wake up. I know I'm dreaming. I've had that happen to me.
Yeah.
It's just, it depends on how much sleep you are.
Do you feel like it's your body's paralyzed or it's more mental?
I can't quite get conscious.
Yeah.
Because I'll have those little flashes of oh, there's Julia, she's sleeping next to me, or there's the window, or there's my dog sleeping next to me. But I can't quite go all the way. I keep having these little flashes where I guess my eyes will flutter open for a second.
Oh, weird.
But then the dream will just be like, hey, come on back. Welcome to Skeleton Town. Oh boy.
Oh boy, sounds like fun.
Yeah, great dream.
While this is happening, Joel is reliving his entire relationship with Clementine because basically he brings in all this stuff and they do a mind map. So before the procedure, they have him hooked up to electrodes and they put these images in front of him, and then they just map where all the memories are.
Yeah.
So that when they're asleep, they can go in and erase them. And as the doctor calls it, he's like, yeah, this is technically brain damage.
It's interesting too because to think about it, if I were to think about you, it's I have memories of you that are very compartmentalized. Colorado, where we live now, with children, before children, it's I do have
a map,
some pretty wild stuff of you from the last 20 something years. Yeah, and they really are in different places in my mind. It's not they're all the Julia file. No, it's I do have stuff of you socked away.
Ooh, so I've basically like taken over your whole brain.
This surprises you?
Kind of.
Let me ask you a loaded question.
Okay.
So because the idea here, and obviously I can't wait to talk about this, so I'm just going to jump to it. It's established that Kirsten Dunst and Tom Wilkinson, her boss, had an affair,
Yes.
had her mind erased, and she's still working for him, and she still has
Right.
feelings for him, and she cannot,
Well, they didn't just have feelings; they had an affair.
They had an affair, but still, she's been, the brain has been erased, and with Clementine and Joel, their brains have been erased, but there's this, they're still completely drawn to each other to a point where Clementine ditches Patrick because she wants to give a shot with Joel. So,
Yes.
my question:
Yeah.
if you were to have your mind erased of like the last 23 years, you meet me now.
I meet you now.
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh.
Yeah.
And
You meet me at the library where I'm often a patron, and I'm just sitting there looking at my Roger Ebert movie books.
I'd probably go over to like Barry's Picks, where you have your shelf of all those movies. And I probably would have the same thought that I had in college, which is, this guy doesn't know anything. Or I would get the Maui News, but I'd only get it to read your articles. And I'd be like, who's this Barry Worst guy?
So the same thing then. It would begin with irritation
Yes.
to
To your writing.
attraction. Oh. Oh, so this would be a years long maybe process, kind of like the first time.
The first time it was years.
Yeah,
It was like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if we like didn't know each other and we both happened to be on Maui, which, okay, let's pretend I moved here not knowing you and you moved here not just moving back, then I could foresee the exact same thing happening.
Well, I would, if it were me, if I had my memory erased
Yeah.
and you had your memory erased, I would be totally drawn to you because I'm totally into you. You're my type.
Yeah. And I would.
Blonde hair, blue eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying the way we got together before, I could see that happening again in a different timeline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting, though, that you would think it would be the same long, drawn out When Harry Met Sally thing.
Like, we would be friends.
Yes.
And then, yeah, I feel like it would be, like, the same thing. Because that's just the way I, like, get to know people.
And then finally on New Year's Eve, when I'm like, when you
Yeah.
fall in love with someone, what you want forever, just start right now.
Yes. And I'm like, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So you agree with the film is saying that
Yeah.
there's something supernatural about love that science cannot contain.
Yeah.
That there's something that love is so strong and so undeniable, and there's something like it's something that lingers even if
Yes.
you can physically remove that
Yes.
aspect from your memory.
I think so.
Interesting.
Because I think there are things that are not logical about it. There's hormones and pheromones and, different things that draw you to somebody,
Yeah.
And I guarantee you would, if we hadn't known each other and we met, you'd still make me laugh. We would have like hung out. You would have been like, hey, you want to go to a movie? I'd be like, yeah, let's do it, but I still am me, and I still would have been cautious and like wanted to like be friends first.
And I would throw out like a catchphrase, and you would recognize it. I'd be like, "Hey, who's my Cabbage Patch Kid?" And you're like, "Hey, I feel like I've heard you say that. Is that the first time you've ever said that?"
Okay. Don't say that ever again.
Like, wait a minute, you love Dawson's Creek? I love Dawson's Creek. What is happening here?
Yeah. No, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So you're down with the idea of the film then?
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
Because it's actually for a movie that's very somber. It is
Yeah.
somber, but I mean, it ends, and the ending of this film I feel is really inconclusive. But it is establishing that there is this desire, and we should keep going with your synopsis. There is this desire that love conquers all, because even after you decide that you don't want love, but what if you change your mind?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Because the movie talks about basically they get in a fight. Okay, she's out late one night he's home. She comes home and he's like, what did you like have sex with like some people? And, you know, he basically shames her.
Yeah, he says the worst thing you could say. It's something
Yeah.
that a real crusher.
Yeah. And she's just like, I'm out of here, you know. It's like they don't know how to handle conflict, and
She's challenging him with this relationship, and he, you know, and he instead of being able to step back from it or like temper his, or, you know, manage his temper rather, you know, he gives into all the negative energy she's feeding him at that moment.
yeah. I lost my train of thought.
Well, she ditches him. They break up.
Yeah, they break up. Okay. But no, I lost what I was going to say.
It's okay. It's Eternal Sunshine on the Spotless Mind. So
Of.
it's of?
Yeah.
Why have I been saying on all this time? I thought you were so wrong. Clearly, I've had my mind
Stop.
erased.
It's of. Okay. No, let's move on to, maybe I'll circle back. But
So they're in their underwear dancing on Jim Carrey.
yeah. So Jim Carrey is in his mind. Now it's like he's having a conscious memory, conscious dream, vivid dream.
But he also hears Patrick confess to Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, but that's not where I'm going.
Oh, where are we?
He's basically like, I don't want to erase Clementine. And so his dreams to get off track. He tries to hide her in his childhood memories.
Yeah.
This is actually probably why I didn't like the movie the first time and why I actually like it now. I just thought these scenes were so clever where they're like little kids, but
Yeah, I don't like the bit with animal cruelty. I really don't like it. I just feel like it's a heavy-handed touch. The movie doesn't deal with it correctly.
well, because she says, hide me in your shame.
Yeah.
And so we see these memories
Initially, he's
that
violently
ashamed of.
masturbating, and it's not enough. Not enough shame there. So then he pulls this memory of a kid when he murdered an animal in front of his friends. I don't know, like that is like some Omen stuff. That's a little too much for this movie. In the film, they try to make a joke of it, which is fine, but it's also like, you know what? That's
Too dark.
It feels really wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're probably right, but then it's him
There
like
had to have been another.
but then it's him like hiding under the table in the kitchen and
Yeah.
she's playing his mom.
That's pretty wild. Yeah, she keeps
Yeah.
lifting up her dress and trying to like sexually attract him so that he doesn't completely regress to his childlike state. Yeah, it's
Yeah. And
weird
then,
stuff for Jim Carrey to have to perform.
then they're like taking a bath in the sink.
That's wild. Yeah.
And she's like, look at you, baby Joel, you're so happy. but there's like, in some ways, it felt like he was kind of going through like some inner child healing in a sense.
You think?
Through this.
You think this is therapeutic for him?
Well, a little bit. It kind of reminded me of therapy. Not that he was doing it. Obviously, he's controlling it. It's his mind. It's his narrative.
Well, he's trying to control
He's
it.
trying to control it.
Yeah.
Clementine is not a part of this in a literal sense because the version of her we are seeing is his memory of her. So do we really actually get to know her in real life? Because we only see her outside of his memories a few times.
Well, that's interesting because that's always been the thing I love about Solaris, the George Clooney film and the movie it's based on. It's the idea of what if someone's dead, you were loved the person, you go to this planet, you fall asleep, you wake up, they're back. The problem is it's not who they are, it's how you remember them.
Yeah.
So you're stuck with whatever it is, all the things you loved about that person, plus all the baggage, plus your perception of what's good and bad about that person. And that's a problem.
Exactly. So I don't think we get a full picture of her
Yeah.
at all. We are seeing her through his eyes, except for a few scenes.
That's true.
And I just realized that just now.
Whoa.
Whoa. I feel like Keanu Reeves. I just had a revelation.
Are your minds blown at home, dear listeners?
You know, this is me having.
Don't
a
you wish you were
moment.
listening to us talk about Speed 2 cruise control right now? Instead of this heady Charlie Kaufman stuff.
I know. So Yeah, but this is why he goes off track and why the technicians are like, oh my gosh, we don't know what to do, you know, and then they have to call the doctor in, and then we get the revelation about him and Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
And then we see the wife coming.
His
current wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just looks at Kirsten Dunst like, this isn't the first time.
Yeah, like, you poor thing. You haven't told her? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, this doctor is completely unethical and just, like, fire the girl and let her get on with her life if you're going to erase her memory,
Yeah.
you know? And then leave your wife if you're going to be a terrible cheater. Like, what's going on?
There has to be a way to do this humanely where you wipe the memory, but then it's like, okay, she's going to wake up and now she's living in Duluth and you work for an airline. Like, you set up a whole other thing.
Oh, like, you got to put her in, like, witness protection.
Like witness protection or...
Give her a new ID. No, she's still her, but, like, put her in a new employment situation and give her new fake memories.
Yeah, like do like a Philip K. Dick kind of thing where, yeah, like if it's going to be science fiction, okay, but, like, in a way that's ethical. It's not like, you know, you're in a fake marriage or, you know,
right.
you have a fake family or fake... No, like, just do the humane thing of setting them up as opposed to, like, okay, let's
just try again and hope for the best.
She's still gonna, like, be my secretary during the day. She's gonna bag groceries at night. Let's hope she doesn't remember that we had a 3-month-long affair.
Right, and let's hope she doesn't fall in love with me again.
Yeah, which clearly, I mean, I get it. It's Tom Wilkinson, so I get it, man.
That's the funniest part about this is I was like, really? Like, this old guy? You got Mark Ruffalo over here.
In his underwear, no less.
Like, 30-year-old Mark Ruffalo?
And creepy Elijah Wood. And she goes for Tom Wilkinson.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
No. That's weird. That's really weird. But she's the reason that she takes Lacuna down eventually.
Yeah. I think she shows that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And just this technology is not working.
Yeah.
The lady with the dog is proof of that, and this is also proof of that.
Exactly.
The heart wants what it wants.
So this says, within Joel's mind, the final remaining memory of Clementine is their first meeting on a beach in Montauk. And this is when us as...
We're seeing them meet actually for the first time.
And you go, oh.
And it's no frills. And it's like, okay, all right.
And as it deteriorates the memory, Clementine tells Joel to meet her there before disappearing completely.
It's pretty cool because it becomes a physical place he's trying to maintain. There's water coming in. Like, it's really cool, this visual of it. Like, he's trying to maintain. This is probably one of my favorite moments in the film. There's a lot, actually. There's so many throwaway bits. Michel Gondry is the director. I wanted to talk about that. He was a music video director. He directed Deadweight, one of my favorite music videos for Beck back in the 90s. There's a visual in this movie where Jim Carrey is in the Lacuna chair and it's outside and it's snowing. And they just, like, this shot is there for a couple seconds. And then there's, of course, the scene where he and Clementine are watching the elephants walk by in a parade. It's like there's these magical moments in the movie that it's a miracle that they're there. They don't, you know, it's just, and they appear and disappear the way memories do.
Yeah.
You know, that, like, it's just like, oh, that beautiful moment, and it's gone, and, you know, you're moving on to the next thing.
Yeah. And how about the famous scene where they're laying on the frozen lake?
Lovely. Yeah, the way she eventually gets pulled away into the darkness. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's a great visualization of it. Some of the dialogue is a little too on the nose and self-conscious, I got to say. And I love this movie, but it's not my favorite Charlie Kaufman film, and at times I feel like the dialogue is a little too cute about it. The same way, like, the way that memory scene I don't like. I feel like it's a little too on the nose. It's fine because it's a comedy and it's satirical, and there's something really crazy and dreamlike about the whole thing anyway. But yeah, there's some stuff that doesn't hold up very well with me. But no, I agree with you. I mean, the film has a barrage of creativity and these really lovely moments, and I think that's one of the things about this movie that's so powerful, because it does create this sense of, if you were to break down, not like, you know, and that's the thing that made me, I was thinking about the most while I was watching this film. It's like, man, like, even as I think about it, and I know you and I have talked about this too. It's like, to think about our wedding day, which, I think we both would say is pretty
Pretty-
freaking great day.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
super memorable. Yeah.
But now it's like it's a series of little memories.
Yeah.
It's not what it used to be.
In your mind.
Oh man, I was like waiting in the back with the
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I opened the window and I saw Julia run behind the dress. And no, like it's this long story. It's not that anymore. For me, it is these little moments, and they're
Yeah.
really wonderful, but
Yeah.
they're fragmented.
Yeah.
And the parties we had with family the night before and the night before
Yeah.
that, those are big things because those are people in my life and my family all in the same room. That will never happen again. A lot of them aren't even alive.
Yeah.
And like, again, it's not like a long sequence. It's these little moments. And some of those moments are from the video that your brother-in-law Marty filmed.
Okay.
Some of those memories are from the video. They're not really mine.
Yeah, your brother sent us a video that he edited together from a Christmas morning that
Yeah.
was at my parents' house when my dad and grandpa were still with us. And oh my gosh, it was really cool to see, but it also makes you realize that your memories are not in reality at all. The way you remember things are usually not how they happened.
And it's interesting to think like what it is, the perspective of the person sitting right next to you, how different the world is for them, how different
Yeah.
that moment is, how different it feels, how different their comfort level is. Yeah, everything
Yeah.
is different with just a brain away.
Yeah. And that's why they say when, like, let's say you are a witness at a crime scene. Let's say there's 3 witnesses.
Yeah, the Rashomon effect.
Yeah, everybody will have a different, slightly different story.
Yeah.
And they'll know if you're lying if everybody says the
The
exact
same thing,
same
right.
thing. And I go, yeah, well,
It's
that
like, no, red
makes
tennis
sense.
shoes, blue tennis shoes, blood in the street. Actually, it was the blood on the pavement. Actually, it was the blood on the windshield. It's like, aha, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
weird. It's
yeah.
very strange.
So, what did you think? I didn't realize that the title actually comes from like a poem. Mm-hmm. And so I found it.
You got it? Let's hear
Yeah. How happy is the blameless vestal's lot, the world forgetting by the world forgot, eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, each prayer accepted and each wish resigned. And so Kirsten Dunst, she quotes that in the movie. And I guess she has a bunch of quotes about memories because I don't think this is the first time she's told her boss these quotes.
Yeah.
Because then they kiss and it's like, oh my gosh, But I don't know what it means. Do you know what it means?
The poem?
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it one more time.
How happy is the blameless vestal's lot, the world forgetting by the world forgot, eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, each prayer accepted and each wish resigned.
I think it means ignorance is bliss. I think that's exactly what it means.
Okay, this says, it describes the peace of a mind free from guilt, memory, or emotional burden, someone untouched by regret or pain.
Yeah, and that's no way to live.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point. Although one of the things I wrote in my notes, I think Kaufman likes to punish his audience. I think the things that he finds giddy and hilarious are actually really hard for us. And some of his later films are especially, they're kind of grueling, more so than this one. But it makes a really good point because there is a movie that has nothing in common with this, but I always think of it. It's a stupid, stupid movie, but Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. So, look, Trekkies, I know it's one of the worst Star Trek movies. I know that. But Sybok, Spock's half-brother, has the ability to take your pain away. He does the Vulcan neck pinch on your head, and he has the ability to make the bad memories go away. It's the most compelling thing in the movie. And he does it to Bones, and Bones like, Jim, you got to do it because my pain, it's gone. And of course, William Shatner being the screenwriter and the actor and such a ham, he's like, no, not me. I need my pain. I want my pain. My pain is who I am. And you know what? Yeah, I love that. Because that for me is the only thing about that movie that works. It's this idea that Spock is like this. Sybok is a prophet. He's literally like a guru who has this ability to make your bad memories go away. And Kirk is the only one who could stand up to him, recognizes him as a cult figure, and says, like, no, like, you know, these things are the things that give us character. I need my pain. I want my pain. My pain is everything. And I completely agree with that. And I think that's what this movie's telling us too.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think we should like identify with our pain forever. I feel like it's important to move through it though. You know, to move through the grief or hurt or whatever it is, bad circumstances that we've been through. But I don't think it's healthy to like dwell in it for like the rest of our lives. I think it's important to forgive those who have wronged us and try and get lessons and learn from everything. Because it's, you've met people who like still remember like every single detail from their breakup from like 30 years ago. And it's like, dude, that was 30 years ago. Like you can move on now. You don't have to like hold all of that like in the forefront of your mind like all the time. So I think letting go, it doesn't mean that you're going to like let people in again who have like, so it doesn't mean not have boundaries and all that stuff. But I think it means the more we let go of that stuff and it's not right at the center of our memory, like if we have to search for the bad memories, I think that that's a good thing. Like, I think that's our body's way of helping us heal because it's not just like so vivid right there for us all the time. But I get that takes time. You know, it takes the time and you have to process and you have to grieve and you have to move through stuff. And sometimes you need a therapist and that's fine. But yeah, just trying to forget it and like bury it, I don't think is healthy, but I also don't think it's healthy to just like have it right there living next to you 24/7. You know?
Something that was very hard for me to understand until it happened to me. And this is a weird thing to say, especially for people who have never thought of it quite this way, but there's great power in forgiving someone.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that until it happened to me, where I was speaking with my aunt about someone who had really wronged me in my life, someone who made me so angry. Even talking about this person made me angry, and it just put me right back there. And my aunt called me out on it and said, you need to forgive him. And I thought, that's like a radical thing. It's something, it didn't happen right away.
Right.
But what it was is, I forgot about this. I wrote that person a letter.
Yeah.
And I sent the letter. I never heard back from the person. I don't think I ever will see that person again. I have no idea if that person read the letter or not. But that I did it, that act, that was it.
Yeah.
It totally cleared the slate.
Yeah. I had a similar thing with a family member. It took me about 30 years to forgive this person. And when I finally did, I just felt free. It was like, when you're younger, when you're a young person and somebody wrongs you and you're a kid, basically, like you don't have that experience or the mindset to be able to understand an adult perspective. And the older you get, the more stuff you go through in life. I think it's easier to look at somebody else and go, you know what? That person had a really hard life or whatever. And it's easy to vilify people. And then I think the older you get, the more you can see their humanity sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm not talking about abuse situations. That's different. But I'm just talking about general like hurt that people are, dismissive of you or just abandon you or forget about, things like that. Where I think it's easier as an adult to process all of that, because as a kid, you don't understand adult problems.
Yeah.
How
much of a bummer do you think it is to like suddenly remember your Uncle Walt and like all the memories come flooding back? It's like, doggone it, I sunk $5,000 into Lacuna and it's all back. I found that stupid poem I wrote about when I was in high school.
All the memories come rushing back.
All back. Doggone it. That was like $5,000 I gave that stupid rinky-dink company.
All to have Uncle Walt back in my mind.
Doggone it. I can't forget Uncle Walt. He sucks. I got to do this again.
So, okay, let's go to the end because...
Yeah. So okay, Joel is trying to fortify his last remaining memory of Clementine. It's a beautiful, poetic moment. I mean, the water is rushing in, the structure is falling apart, and clearly it's a losing battle.
Yeah, but after the procedure is completed, Joel awakens on Valentine's Day with no memory of Clementine. And so that links the beginning of the film to the end of the film.
Yeah.
But he feels compelled to travel to Montauk, where now he meets Clementine for the second time.
She's got blue hair now. She's had red hair at the beginning of the film.
Yeah. No, she had blue hair at the beginning and then blue hair at the end.
Okay,
because
sorry.
it's the same meeting.
Right, but then red hair for most of the film.
Right.
It's all about the hair, folks. If you
Yeah.
want to understand the timeline, I swear it's about the hair.
So they're drawn to each other. So the reason it's important to notice the hair is because the beginning of the movie is the end of the movie.
Yes.
Okay. So after a date, they receive the record sent by Mary. That's the Kirsten Dunst character.
Yeah.
And she sends everybody back their tapes that they record. And so
total sabotage. Yeah, that's it for Lacuna.
Yeah. But they Joel and Clementine, they basically listen to each other's tapes.
Yeah, and it hurts. The stuff that they're saying about each other is very painful.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine like recording something that you don't think another person's going to hear and then they hear it and actually like being okay with being with them again?
Well, for me, that's a journal. And as you notice, I think you even said something about this once. You notice that, because I don't do this anymore. Now I write, regular, I don't know my journal's that hard to decipher, though my penmanship is terrible. But I used to write in super small handwriting.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember
Microscopic.
that. Yeah, teeny tiny handwriting. And this is back when my vision was a lot better, too. But for me, that was like, haha, no one will know what I said here.
Well, and you kind
April
of...
28th, 2001, no one will know what this is.
But you kind of wrote a little bit in code.
Right. Yeah, sometimes I use code words, which I'm
No, it wasn't code words. It's
What?
just that you wrote in these tiny little boxes.
Yeah.
And you wrote a sentence about your day that maybe only you would really know what you were talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, we we went to the mongoose farm where we had ketchup parties. Only I know what that means. It's coded. Yeah. And now I'm like almost 50. I'm looking back like, I don't know what the mongoose farm was. What the hell is a ketchup party?
You don't even remember
What
your
went on in
codes.
2001? I don't even know anymore. So stupid. Not like I had like a little decoder next to it. No idea.
So even if you went through your journals, would you know what you were talking about?
Some of it, yeah. Other stuff would be like, oh man, whatever happened with me and Georgette on that day. Even I don't want to know.
Yeah. Okay, so Joel and Clementine.
Do you have one of those? You do, don't you?
A journal?
Yeah, you have varying journals,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not like me. Like I write every day.
My journals are not daily, like, musings about my life.
But you have told me, like, don't look in that one. You have told me that
Yeah.
before. You had a
Well,
couple,
they
and I
are
never
very-
did. I gotta say, I never
They're
did.
very personal and private. They're
Yeah.
usually, like, my prayers, hopes, dreams, things I'm frustrated about,
10 Ways I'm Gonna Kill Barry. Uh-huh.
Yeah, all of that.
All of
Plans.
That's the one I gotta find. Where's the one that says plans 1 through 20?
Don't... If something
Number
happens
one,
to
fake an
Barry,
alibi.
if somebody finds his body, bury this with him. No, I'm just kidding.
Love it.
I'm just kidding.
Have you ever gone and read my journals?
No, I never.
Because
have.
you can't, because they're microscopic.
I'd have
so
to get a magnifying
nice
glass.
try.
And a flashlight. You know those old people magnifying glasses that have
Yes.
the lights?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that your dad has?
I need one of those to read now.
I'd
Yes.
have to get that.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to like really be intentional. And that seems like too much work.
It is. That's Da Vinci Code stuff. You'll be doing that for years.
Yeah. I'd rather just ask you.
And I'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Even though Joel and Clementine, they ultimately decide to continue seeing each other, they acknowledge the likelihood that their relationship may again end in failure. What do you think about that?
I think the final shot of the movie where they're running in the snow, my first thought is, okay, this is another, this is, it just happened again.
Oh, they had the procedure again?
Now now it's her consciousness that they're running around and that she's trying to fortify. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is, what is this? Is this another memory that's being protected? I can't help but wonder if this whole thing isn't about the cyclical nature of this. And that's what love is. It's, it's something that's, it goes away, but then it happens again, People fall in love and get married. Their kids fall in love and get married. You know, weddings happen every day. People break up every day. It's the cyclical nature. So I think it's speaking about it, how it's like this phenomenon, like a sunrise. I think that's what this movie is telling us. I don't like the final shot because it's inconclusive. I really feel like, no.
Ooh, that's different for you.
Well, like, give us a freaking clue, Charlie Kaufman. We've already seen these two get together and break up twice. So, like, just give us, and I feel like the ending is no. It's like, I feel, and honestly, I feel like Joel and Clementine are doomed, honestly. I think the whole movie is telling us they're doomed, just like every other relationship is doomed, but the feelings never go away, because the feelings can't be, you can't catch them with a butterfly net.
That's true. Well, I think they're doomed because they're ultimately incompatible. I think there's chemistry. I think people can have chemistry, but if they don't set up their relationship in a way where there's mutual respect and, you know, good communication. I mean, she's just off doing whatever she wants to do, and he's just along for the ride.
Yeah.
So I don't think that that's a recipe for stability, but, you know, it's fine for a fling or a short-term thing, but I don't think, unless she wants to be less crazy, for lack of a better word, and he wants to communicate better, I don't think that these two characters have a future. You know?
That's fair. And I guess the movie is stopping short of showing us that, but I think it's implying, and I agree with that. It's touching that in the final moments, it's like they do want to rekindle something, anything. And maybe they recognize how strong it was, even when it was at its worst. But at the same time, it's to me, it's a cop-out ending as opposed to an ending that's inconclusive in a way that's playful or merited.
Yeah.
I feel like we're missing a scene or two here.
And I think, like, if I heard an ex share all of those things on a cassette tape about me, no way I would get back together with him. No way. You can't forget that stuff. Unlike unless you go to Lacuna.
If it was me, I would say, hon, I was going through a grunge phase. These were all lyrics. So if you step from that bridge, my friend, I would understand. It'd be like, it was just a phase. It was just some character stuff I was playing with.
No way. I had an ex tell me 2 things about me that he didn't like one time that I will never forget. And I was like, no. That was 2 sentences. This was like an entire 2-sided cassette tape. Like,
Wow. I'm
like,
sorry.
No, but I'm just saying, like, her self-esteem after hearing that has got to be in the toilet. You know? Even if what he's saying is true, it's still, like, how do you come back from something like that?
There was once a girl who I really liked who told me to go find your smile, which really moved me until I realized she stole it from City Slickers. So screw her.
What was the context? Like, go find your smile as in, like...
She ran into me on a snowy day. It was very eternal sunshine. We were in college. We ran into each other. I was totally into her, and it wasn't happening. And she said something like, go find your smile, Barry.
Oh, kind of like go find a future for yourself?
Well, just like be happy.
Oh,
be happy. And by the way, this was like not the last time we saw each other. We saw each other again for years and years and years. But
go find your smile.
Go find your smile. And then I found out like a year later, like, oh yeah, City Slickers is like her favorite movie. Oh, that's not cool.
It sounds a little...
She was talking to me like she was talking to Billy Crystal. Not cool.
Yeah, that's a movie line. I would never say that to somebody in real life. Go find your smile. I would imagine myself saying that and the other person just looking at me like, what are you talking about? And then I'd be like, fine, it's from a movie. Sorry for being lame.
It sounds like a game you play with a child. Who's got your nose? Go find your smile.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that.
Thank you. Neither do I.
Yeah.
Anyway, she sucks. Who cares?
People need to say their own thoughts, not... If you're quoting a movie and someone knows you're quoting a movie, that's fine. But to pass it off as your own, that's no.
Yeah, not cool.
Yeah. It's like people who quote poetry. That's fine, but I want to know that you are quoting poetry.
Well, I'll be completely honest. There was one time I stole a line from a movie just because it was desperation. I was a substitute teacher for an advanced math class, and a student asked me what the answer to this problem was, And what I told him was a quote from The Phantom Menace. I said, "What does your heart tell you?"
You know what? Things you say when you're substitute teaching is all for survival. So
Okay, good.
I do
I
not
gotta get out of jail free card
judge
for
you
that.
for that.
Oh,
No,
thank you.
I'm talking about like in a romantic relationship setting.
Yeah, no, I've never quoted a movie and passed it off as my own.
Yeah.
Knowingly.
Knowingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, do we have any other final thoughts?
This was my favorite film of 2004. I no longer feel that way. Jim Carrey's work is great, but this is Kate Winslet's movie. This is an amazing performance.
Yeah.
I think it's one of her
Agreed.
best, which is, I don't mean that as a small compliment. She's been brilliant, truly brilliant so many times. But this is one of the tippity top for me. I love her work in this. I can't quite wrap my head around Clementine either. And I think that's one of the things. It's like, I find the character fascinating as much as at times she's maddening and frustrating. You get why he's in love with her. You also get why she drives him crazy. And she drives us crazy, too, and it's great. Elijah Wood excels at villains so much. And this was kind of the beginning of that. He did Sin City and Maniac and a few other films like that after this. Elijah Wood is so good and so versatile that those sweet, warm, inviting eyes could also convey such madness and wickedness. And Patrick sucks. Patrick in this is he's one of the great villains because he sucks. It's all about plagiarizing. It's just about stealing people's lives and passing it off as your own. Patrick sucks. He's one of the worst villains ever.
Him and the Doctor. Because the Doctor is a villain too.
But that's also stupid. That's also stupid. I don't know.
Cheating on your wife and then erasing the memory of your lover.
It sucks, but there's something about that. I feel like there's something universally scumbaggy about that.
Okay.
Whereas what Elijah Wood's doing, I mean, it's identity theft.
Oh,
and he does it and he does it on a whim all the time.
Yeah.
Like Patrick has nothing and he just leeches off other people. He sucks. It's not just that he's awful, he sucks. Yeah.
Because he steals Joel's notes and things that he made for Clementine.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and he's saying all these things to her that he knows will have a, like, oh, you like that? Oh, you've been there? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's terrible. Absolutely
This
terrible.
says that Seth Rogen auditioned for the role of Patrick. I don't think that would have worked.
I think it would have been fine. It's got to be somebody who, because the thing about Elijah Wood is he is likable, completely likable. But at the same time, he can also like Seth Rogen. He could play guys who are completely disagreeable. I don't know. I think there's a good balance there. There are some movie stars who are just they're too effervescent to play something like this. You get a guy like, for example, Jeff Daniels could play that role, but he could also play Joel. No, I could see that. I like that. That's an interesting cast.
Okay.
This initial recast. Though I wouldn't get rid of Elijah Wood, who I think is terrific here.
Yeah.
No, it's a good film. It is. It's and at times it's brilliant. I'm just not in love with it the way I used to. The other films that came, I mean, when I think of 2004, my favorite film of that year, because I watch it all the time and I love it, is The Life Aquatic, the Wes Anderson film. I love that. And two other movies that came out that year that I love so much more than this one are Collateral, the Michael Mann film, and The Aviator, the Scorsese film. I like those three better than this one. I found my top 10 list from 2004, and Eternal Sunshine was number one. But yeah, I look at it now, like, no, I think Eternal Sunshine is a great movie, but it's not my favorite Charlie Kaufman movie, frankly. And it's not even my favorite Michel Gondry movie. He did Be Kind, Rewind 3 years later, and I like that one a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah, do you remember that one?
I do, but I couldn't tell you the details.
That's the one where the video store, you make your versions of the movies. It's with Jack Black and Mos Def.
Oh.
You Swede them.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Might want to that's a good one to revisit. It's
Okay.
a wonderful movie.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I guess it's just like one of those relationships. It looks so great at the time. Then you go back and look at it and like, no, wasn't all that.
Yeah, exactly.
There have been better down the road.
Exactly. You're like, oh, I just thought this person was so amazing. And actually, they weren't.
It's a great film, but I think everybody here has actually done better subsequently. So, but I still think it's a great movie. 3.5 stars for me out of 4.
Okay.
What would you give it?
I would give it that.
Okay.
I'd maybe do three stars.
3 stars. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed it. I think I probably would have given it like 2 stars back in the day. So I'm giving it an extra star now.
Did you ever see Regarding Henry with Harrison Ford?
Yes.
That's the one where he's a scumbag lawyer, gets shot in the head, and he reemerges like a child. He learns everything all over again,
Yeah.
and he becomes a sweet, innocent rube. Mm-hmm. He's married to Annette Bening, doesn't know what to do with her. He has a daughter who becomes like his best friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think that's better than this?
No, but I want to explore this idea of... There's been a lot of movies that have done this. This idea that erasing who you were is a method to gain it back, as opposed to the fact that we're all, I don't know, like, I mean, with Eternal Sunshine, it's this fantasy of like, and again, it's a very romantic fantasy that you can never lose that essence of you, especially when it comes to attraction, this attraction that is, magical, magnetic and everything. Whereas regarding Henry is saying that, no, like you can get a second shot. You literally, in that case, you lose who you used to be and you could become an innocent person.
The innocent version of yourself?
But you have to start from scratch. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I agree with that. Unless, because all these things where you forget who you are, these like amnesia stories, I don't think it's as common as the movies make it seem.
Yeah, I've never met anybody who's ever had amnesia.
Yeah,
in my
I think
life.
most people that like lose their memory, it's dementia.
Yeah.
I don't think it's amnesia. So, I don't know. It's probably like real brain damage, brain fog.
I met the guy was a substitute teacher. This was years ago, like 20 years ago. I was a substitute teacher for a guy who had a brain operation. I remember he was slower when he came back.
Well, I mean, people who've had brain surgery,
Yeah,
sure.
that's the only example I can think of it.
That's
But
different.
it was still him.
Yeah.
He just spoke slower, and it took him a
Okay.
little longer to
Yeah.
remember things. But
Yeah. But the brain is amazing. I mean, it can, regain its pathways and do new pathways. The elasticity of your brain, if you don't just, I don't know, spend all your time online, probably we could do amazing things if we still want to.
If you could go to Lacuna and erase a part of your life, what would it be?
If I could erase...
If you had got a coupon, not just a notification, but a coupon in the mail. First, treatment free. What would you get rid of?
I wouldn't get rid of anything, to be honest with you. Because everything has shaped who I am. And I don't think it's wise, I've made bad decisions and like poor choices. It all like led me here. So why would I erase it? Because I like where we are.
It's beautiful. Because if I got a Lacuna coupon in the mail
yes,
and I could have a free treatment,
Yeah.
I would want to erase that time in college. I went to that toga party and I was dating this girl who loved Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion, and she wanted to reenact the Romeo and Michelle dance on the dance floor.
And you did it with her?
And I did. And I immediately regretted it, and it was so embarrassing. And we're doing it in togas. So stupid. It was take my breath away, right?
Were you wearing anything under it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was.
That's good.
Yeah, no, there's got to be.
You weren't alla under there?
No, I'm not actually Greek, so
Okay,
yeah, no.
Okay.
But yeah, that was
That's funny.
that was soul killing. I wish I could erase that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But then I would watch Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion and be like, "There's something strangely familiar about this."
I
feel like I did this.
feel like a sense of deja vu.
I feel like this movie's based on something I actually did in life.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I wouldn't, because there are things, even if they're shameful or embarrassing or whatever, I think it's important to remember so you don't repeat your mistakes.
They're life lessons.
Yeah.
I want my pain. I need my pain. I need 'em Bones. I need 'em Spock.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I think we did it. All right. Well, that concludes our discussion of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.